THV11 is your home for March Madness. Live in the studio, I'm Jurnee Taylor. Sports Director Tyler Cass details the Razorbacks Sweet 16 bid momentarily, but first, meteorologist Simone Thomas explains the weather impact for Arkansas. Simone?
Well, today is a great day to get outside. I know we're starting to wrap up that spring break week here in the capital city. Across the state, we are seeing increasing clouds across northwestern Arkansas as well as southern Arkansas. I feel like if you're in a capital city and around central Arkansas, likely seeing a mix of clouds and sun. But temperatures are at this point are up to the upper 70s, some middle to upper 70s. Pine Bluff already leading the pack up to 80 degrees. But as we continue through the rest of the afternoon, that cloud cover continuing to increase, tracking mostly cloudy skies by this evening with highs climbing to the middle 80s. So across the board, really doesn't matter where you go in the state, we are expecting the 80s across the board today. So a little bit warmer. For context, the average high is in the upper 60s. So some locations 15 to 20 degrees above the norm today. But if you're headed outside, make sure you stay hydrated as we're starting to get into those warm months again. And we'll talk a little bit more about when we're expecting that next chance of rain in your 7-day outlook.
Well, tonight the Hogs will make their first Sweet 16 appearance since 2023. They're in San Francisco after knocking down Kansas and St. John's. THV11's sports director Tyler Cass traveled to his home state where the big game is happening. Tyler, what's at stake for tonight?
Yeah, that's right, Jurnee. It's a beautiful morning still out here in San Francisco, a Sweet 16 kind of morning. And Arkansas and Texas Tech, they'll square off at the Chase Center, just a couple miles away from the Bay here. That game goes down at 9:09 p.m. Central Time tonight. But look, we're going to spend lots of time at the Chase Center. We had to get down here, see an icon of San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge behind me, and that's kind of part of what the NCAA tournament's all about. The Razorbacks got a chance to do some sightseeing the last couple days alongside practice, and this Razorback team, well, they've figured it out. They're having fun in the tournament while also staying constantly locked in.
Every round we got the same vibe. We go in, kill, celebrate, kill again, celebrate, kill again, you know. So it really just, competitive.
That's the mindset right there. When the game is on, it's kill mode, and then hopefully more celebration. Arkansas and Texas Tech coming your way tonight at 9:09, and I'll be back in just a few minutes to keep breaking this one down for you in San Francisco. For now, though, live from the Bay, Tyler Cass, THV11 Sports. Jurnee?
All right, Tyler, thank you. Well, now to something new, dog breed restrictions being proposed for Little Rock. Pit bulls are often topic of debate when it comes to whether they should be permitted in certain communities. At Little Rock's Animal Village, that breed can no longer be adopted. That decision being made by the city itself. We sent the team to find out why, and we learned a lawsuit held Little Rock liable for a recent incident.
I would encourage cities to adopt, true comprehensive dangerous dog laws as opposed to laws based on appearance.
And that was Executive Director of Best Friends Pet Resource Center. As you heard, she advocates for laws not censored on a specific breed. Well, moving now to the investigation into a multi-pharmacy heist. We've got video showing a masked suspect in the act. That footage playing on your screen right now. You can see the person appearing in all black behind the counter. According to police, they got in around 4 a.m. targeting high-value medications. That includes a chemotherapy vial worth over $17,000. And it didn't stop there. We learned a second pharmacy was also hit. Their hydrocodone were among several prescription drugs stolen. Additionally, 3,000 silver coins, $100 in cash, and a .38 caliber pistol, all reported stolen. Police are encouraging other businesses to be on high alert. Meanwhile, this woman on your screen is the first in Washington County to be convicted for a fentanyl-related death. Christy Kaywood will spend almost 40 years behind bars. She was found guilty of selling fentanyl to a person who then overdosed from the drug. Lawyers are adamant this verdict will set a precedent for the consequences that await anyone considering drug distribution. And in North Little Rock, one person reportedly died after a truck crashed into the Mighty Crab. We received these details Wednesday afternoon. Police say the driver was 82 years old. They were rushed to the hospital but did not survive. There was a passenger seriously hurt as well, and we're working to learn their condition. Well, this hour we have a better perspective on the Pine Bluff mayor's reasoning for wanting to reshape city leadership. We previously reported Mayor Vivian Flowers fired Chief of Police Denise Richardson. With that came the announcement of Fire Chief Sean Howell's retirement. Their vacant positions have caused a bit of controversy in the area, so we sent our team to get the mayor's point of view. She told us her focus is on the betterment of the city.
People want to feel safe. People definitely want to see community policing. People definitely want to see a much stronger presence.
Well, Flowers has repeatedly praised both former leaders for their service. She doubled down on her decision, pointing toward promises made during her campaign.
I think that it would be fair to cast myself as a change candidate in an election where we came in and we were able to unseat an incumbent because, not because of me, not because of personality, but because there are a lot of changes that people want to see.
We'll get another chance to hear from the mayor in the coming days. She is scheduled for a State of the City address on Monday. Well, just hours from now, we could have a verdict in the federal trial for the Polk County Casino. It's in its third day. Cherokee Nation based most of its claim on the passage of Issue 2. More specifically, Cherokee Nation continues to argue that voters were misled. Their legal representation argued if voters knew the Polk County gaming license was at stake, that the voting outcome could have been different. Now, state attorneys quickly shut down those accusations. They responded with reassurance in the Arkansas vote. Lawyers counter-arguing, claiming voters supported Issue 2 for various reasons. Our team is back in court for today for day 3. Expect those new details tonight at 5 and 6. Well, President Trump has defended his defense secretary amid a messaging app scandal. This as more details unfold about the military operation discussed without government approval. We're hearing new requests from lawmakers on both sides. Natalie Brand has details from Washington, D.C.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth arrived in the Philippines Thursday morning as a growing number of Democrats call for his resignation.
He should be fired.
Nobody's texting war plans.
Speaking Wednesday, the defense secretary continued to deny disclosing classified information, despite The Atlantic posting new details about what Hegseth shared in a group chat on Signal, a non-government approved messaging app, including the exact timing and equipment to be used in a strike on Houthi rebels.
There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources, no methods, no classified information.
I think it's a witch hunt.
President Trump is still standing by his national security team and defending Secretary Hegseth.
Hegseth is doing a great job. He had nothing to do with this.
But the president says he'll ask Hegseth to review whether the contents of the Signal chat should have been classified.
Today, the top Republican and Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee sent a letter to the acting Inspector General of the Department of Defense asking for an inquiry into the incident.
We have never denied that this was a mistake. We have said we are making changes. We are looking into the matter to ensure it can never happen again.
The White House has not ruled out the possibility that someone could be fired over the incident. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Newly imposed tariffs could have you paying more for car repairs. That's ahead at 12:15.
And we're tracking increasing cloud cover across the state, but we're staying dry today. Can't say the same for the weekend ahead. All of those details are coming up right after the break.
And here's your guide to downloading Teach V11 Plus. We have an entire afternoon of content ready to watch. We're streaming on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. Download to your TV and watch for free.